Hello everybody, thanks for watching this video. In this video we are going to explore um, the deployment environment topology in the new version of BPM 8.5. So compared to your older version 8.0 and 7.5, you have a set of new features in the 8.5 version for while creating a deployment environment topology. So let us see what is the new facilities. So here you can see in this slide the first screen of the deployment environment topology offers you, unlike earlier, it offers you only two options. Now you have three choices: standard process server, advanced process server, and advanced only process server. These three options you have now. So the first one, standard process server, is just supports process server, data warehousing, and embedded ECM. But the advanced process server will add all these plus COM module and BBC Explorer. So, and advanced only process server includes only scan BBC Explorer. So like that, in the first screen we have this difference. And coming to the next slide, you have these two choices. One is application remote messaging and remote support cluster, and another one is single cluster. So which means we have three cluster pattern and a single cluster pattern. We don't have four cluster pattern. Why? You can read it there. So the four cluster pattern is no more supporting in version 8.5 because so this left very little in web cluster and became difficult to justify the additional JVM. So they thought it's no longer needed the two cluster or four cluster patterns, so they removed this choice. So if you want to understand more, the only we have three cluster and single cluster pattern. They have removed two cluster and four cluster patterns. And in the sixth slide of the deployment environment wizard section, you have like this. You can define the name of the deployment environment, and you can select type, and you can select pattern, single cluster or third cluster. So earlier these three are on three different pages, but now they all you can select on the same page these three options. So that is one change in version 8.5. Here we go. The next change is again there is a new feature here. You are selecting a node here. And then select the nodes on which cluster members is created. This is unchanged. They are saying this is unchanged, and how many number of cluster members on each node also unchanged, which means these are same as your version 8.0. So there is no difference here. That's what they are saying. Now let us see. I think there is a difference here. Cluster name. So the information on this page previously requires multiple pages. Again, the cluster name and the remote messaging cluster name, application cluster name, and remote support cluster name. You need 3 pages earlier in 8.0, but they made these cluster names on one page. Same page you can give the cluster names. This is one beautiful thing with 8.0. And similarly, there is another difference. For process server environments, this panel describes how to connect to the process center. So let us see. So the environment name is so and so, environment type is staging. So if you want the offline server, process server, then you can do this checkbox. So this is unchanged. This is same as in 8.0. 8.0 also same. It's like this only. So it still connects to your process center like that. Now let us see here. there are some changes now. So the databases, while you are defining the common database, the process database, the performance data warehouse database, PDW database now, and the ME database and the BPE database. So these two, the ME database and the BPE database, are optional separate databases now, and they mainly condensed three databases, these three databases, and they made these two are the optional databases. And the configure databases panel was significantly simplified. Formerly it's a very large thing, and you have to, it's a large window, you have to specify all database names, username, password, host names. But very simply they made, and they chosen only three main databases, and they made two optional databases, which means if you don't select these optional databases, they will be created in your default databases. That is one beautiful thing. Now here we go, the summary panel of the deployment environment wizard. The summary panel of the deployment environment wizard in 8.0, this requires overall 16 pages. Now it is 7 pages overall, and the summary page says overview, deployment targets, process server, data sources. If you can recollect, in 8.0 you have one more extra window in summary page, security. Now you have no longer security, you have data sources, and for database you have two sections in the summary page in 8.0. One is database and another one is data sources, but here only data sources, process server, deployment targets, and overview. So overall the benefit in 8.5 is it is just 7 pages now. Earlier it requires 16 pages. That's all. Thanks for watching the video. For BPM config wizard, it's a new facility in 8.5 BPM. Please watch my next videos. Thanks for watching this video.